everybody! It's Allie back here again with another video because my life is a mess. Let's cut to the chase, alright? You know I missed a few weeks. I know I missed a few weeks. We all know I missed a few weeks. Glad we're on the same page. Do I have an excuse? No. No, I do not. Pretty well, all I have to say is... my bad. I don't even know what happened, y'all. And that sounds like a cheap cop-out, but it's not. I really don't know. Hey, wouldn't it be wild if I just randomly hit you with a huge bout of compartmentalized pandemic depression and executive dysfunction? And also just like all at once so that it completely prevents you from finishing this one project that's due in a few days? Yeah, but you're not gonna do that, right? You're not gonna do that, right? That, and we here on the West Coast just went through a massive heat wave that I'm sure many of you have heard of. And unfortunately, my people are weak to anything above 25 degrees Celsius. And the fact that I was barely able to move in my chair without a gallon of sweat pouring off of me. In the coolest room we have in this establishment with 2 separate fans trained on me, and the house darker than my grandparents' morning coffee. Is that an excuse? No, but here we are. So with that said, you guys will be getting the video that I was working on a couple weeks ago. It just won't quite be the same as I originally planned since it was Pride Month themed. But hey, any month is Pride Month if you're gay enough. Also, I'm pretty sure that at least some of you noticed that my last 7 Deadly Sins Vines video was up for approximately 30 minutes before being taken down. Yeah, so apparently I violated one of the community guidelines, of which I am currently going over now to make sure that doesn't happen again. So, double my bad. But hey, I guess shit happens whether you intend it to or not. Either way, I'll make it up to you guys by the end of the month. Fortunately though, I think I might know exactly which Vine it was, so if I work it around properly, I might be able to get that video posted again. And I really hope so, because I was actually really proud of some of the ones that I came up with on there. Though I also find it kind of weird because the Vine that I think it was is on YouTube anyway? But whatever, I can't think too hard about it. And another thing! Yeah, there were audio issues in the last video I officially posted on the channel. Quite a few, unfortunately. And me. Now the overlapping audio at the overlapping audio at the beginning was the rest of it? I really don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened there, you guys. Though I guess it doesn't really mean anything. Though I guess it doesn't really mean it. But again, anyway, I am currently working on getting that fixed. Anyway, so hopefully in about a week or so I can come back with something a little bit. And speaking of the last video, today's video is actually related to that. Right, so you remember how I was talking about Beyblade Shogun Steel, or 0G, whatever you want to call it, and mentioned how I actually liked it to the point where I wrote a 3-book long fanfiction trilogy on it, of which I still have yet to finish? Yeah, that's what we're talking about. For today, I really did consider posting the video that I was working on 2 weeks ago, or even finally doing my Gurren Lagann review, but after the shit show that has been this tri-weekly endeavor, I decided to take it easy this week. And then we can get back to the other stuff next week. Or 2 weeks from now, what is it? Because I have some tweaks to make. So for today's video, I am going to be rereading my Beyblade fanfiction from high school, which I actually started back in 2013. And you know, considering it's been at least 8 years by now, I'm gonna say that maybe my writing has changed from then. And that maybe back then, it was high school fanfiction. Fuck, I don't know. Will it be good? Likely not. Will it be cringy? Perhaps so. Is this an entirely self-indulgent video? Oh yes, absolutely. But goddammit, we're gonna do it anyway. Because what's more entertaining than rereading my old writing from when I was younger? Especially considering that most of the series was just a bunch of first drafts that I never edited. I mean, cringe culture is dead anyway, so why not just go apeshit? Are you ready? But hey, if I used to have the confidence to post absolute first drafts with virtually no editing, I can have the confidence to reread it. Let's go. Okay, so I am on DeviantArt, yes, that place, and I am going to log in, and here we are! I never thought I'd be back here. The entire website looks entirely different from when I first started to use it, though I guess it's to be expected. So I will attempt to find my way around here. Let's see, it's been about 3 years since I last logged in back in 2019, and I cannot even begin to imagine how many notifications I probably have. I'm gonna go on a limb and say it's at least 3. Yeah, that sounds like a good number.
Okay, so it was actually just 3. There we go.
Alright, so this is where I am right now. This is my name. Yes, you can cringe all you want. I came on here because I originally really liked Sonic the Hedgehog. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, theme. Dark theme, not too bad. It's the green theme. This is what I remember, definitely. Let's try this. Ooh! Maybe I like that. You know, this place is almost pretty enough to make me want to come back again. I never thought I'd be saying that. Okay, let's get to what we're actually here for in the first place. So, we're right here at the first story, which is titled Jinka's Deceit. And yeah, that's what it's called. Despite how much I cringe at them now, I'm actually still quite proud of how I name these stories, because the titles do have meanings behind them. For the most part, at least. Prologue, here we go. Damn, bitch, you really write like this? Oh, honey, that's not how paragraph breaks work. Okay, let's see. Grammar there, paragraph break there, run-on sentence there. My God, what is with all these commas? You know, considering that it's a fan fiction and everybody who's reading this probably already knows the series, I'm pretty sure you don't need this much exposition. Wow, I really thought this was in character, didn't I? Although considering it's Beyblade, maybe it is in character and I just have very different standards of characterization now. Oh yes, the claustrophobia. I mean, at least it's mentioned early, so I'll give myself that. Bitch, why are you acting so shady and then expecting nobody to notice? Like, I know he's dying, but goddamn, he's already talking like he's on his deathbed and expecting nobody to be concerned about that. Dialogue, my old friend. Wow, you really like your overdramatic, flowery prose narrative, don't you? Well, this is fun. Not even one chapter in and I'm already having flashbacks. I can't wait to reread all of this. Chapter 1. Okay, I have an idea. How about take a shot every time there is overly dramatic prose narrative? Actually, you know what? Don't do that. I don't want to be responsible for any alcohol poisoning, because we're not responsible for any alcohol poisoning. We really could stand for a bit more world building. Okay, we're at least sort of getting to the point of the entire scene, but you know, we could stand with like a little more build up into that. That could be nice. Why are y'all talking like he fucking died for 7 years? He was going overseas to train, y'all. What are you talking about? You know, I do have a lot of respect for children and the fact that they are absolutely smarter than any of us give them credit for. But I'm pretty sure a 6-year-old wouldn't be talking like this. Honey, just say that it's Maru. You don't have to describe her. We know what she looks like. This motherfucker be... Just call them by their names. Just call them by their names. There is too many characters in this scene to be using weird descriptions, okay? Maybe I'm too old for this series now. Maybe that's what's happening. Why are we calling it a duel? Is it not a battle? Okay, but why were you lying in the first place? Couldn't you have just technically told them? Do I have an answer for that? That's not how apostrophes work. All things considered, it would need some major tweaks, but overall, not bad. Continuing on, where did you get that light bulb? I really made this man just love his evil monologues, didn't I? Oh yeah, I forgot about the neck thing. Where was I even going with that? Ah yes, the excessive use of ellipses. Most of which aren't even correct ellipses. Oh yeah, I love me some sad shit. Small innocuous bug. Random stargazing is random until it isn't. And this one was actually better than I remember it. Good job, me. Chapter 5, Questions Arising. Just now? Just now, after all the dramatic shit you put earlier in this story? Now, after all of the dramatic shit you put early, like I know there's 30 chapters, I wrote those 30 chapters, so chapter 5 is pretty early on, but you know what? Oh my God, did I really make that joke? Oh, why would you do that? Don't you just love when you're reading something and there's just a whole paragraph and it's just a bunch of different people talking, but there's no paragraph breaks? Because apparently I used to love that. Oh yes, the evil villain monologues by himself in his dark room with his television screens. How original. I'm serious, why is half of the narrative like this? What were you doing? I had 5 cups of espresso earlier today, she said with a calm and reassuring look. I'm gonna be up for a while, trust me. Okay, so did this man just have, like, a computer in his lair thing? Is that what was happening here? How did he type her back? You know, as weird as it sounds, I almost feel like I should have gone harder with the slight, vague suicidal ideation in this chapter. Is that weird? Oh yeah, the dreams. I almost forgot about those. Please stop using weird descriptors, it's very distracting. Oh yeah, Sakyo and Takanosuke, I missed you two. Okay, literally, what was the point of this entire section? It was literally just flowery prose. Like, yeah, it's from this guy's point of view, sort of, but like, it had no substance to it. What is it doing here? I literally just wrote it to be dramatic. I'm not even surprised by that. Oh yeah, the whole proud of you thing. Yeah, I don't think I even actually went anywhere with that. I just kind of brought it up every once in a while within like the first 13 chapters, but I don't really think it actually went anywhere. I can't even remember. Yep, when you save the world from a god once and now your only friends are a bunch of teenagers that you don't even really babysit. You just sort of hang out with them. Okay, paragraph breaks are a little bit better with this one. Okay, yeah, maybe I can see how people got some Jimado vibes out of this, even though that was never my intention in the first place. Golden brown eyes, shadowed by the darkness of his soul. Watch them all with a passive expression. His face and body still shadowed by the darkness that only the light of the screens penetrated. You know, now that I'm really thinking about it, I don't even actually think I knew what his whole plan was throughout the first book. Like, I knew what his plan was by the end, but going in, I really didn't know. I'm pretty sure I just sort of got to, like, chapter 10 or something like that, and then decided the rest of the series from there for some reason. Hey, I didn't say it was efficient, but it was effective. You know, I really wonder what sort of symptoms I was supposed to be going off of while I was writing this. Because from what I know now, he seems to have a lot of pneumonia symptoms. And you know, it might just be me, but I think that if you have pneumonia symptoms, or anything like pneumonia symptoms, people might start to get a bit more concerned. People might start to say, hey, maybe you should go to the doctor about that. Just a thought. Okay, but why did I make him talk like this? He literally does not talk like this at any point in the series. But why did he want her to win? And then the voices come out. Look at that lack of paragraph breaks. Not bad, but I feel like we shouldn't have dragged it out as much as we did. Okay, but how is he sort of kind of talking to him? Okay, but why did... Okay, but these really are just 13 whole-ass chapters of weird-ass build-up, aren't they? Pop-Tarts. You really have a habit of just finding all the alleyways, don't you, mister? Wait, did I completely forget about this little weird dream thing that I added in here? I think I did. Okay, but why are you so fixated on 0 specifically? You know, I feel like the story could have gone a lot quicker if I had just forgone some of the scenes that were in here and just combined some, maybe stuck some chapters together. Because each of them are like 9,000 words maybe, and that's fucking short for me nowadays. Hey, Sachiro and Ayano, there you are. Oh, how far you two have come. You were just meaningless side characters initially. So the gang is really just starting to notice his behavior now? You guys. Ooh, confrontation. Yes, yes. And Shinobu's getting voices now. Love that for him. You know, Zero, I really think you should probably talk to somebody about how bad your claustrophobia apparently is. Not gonna lie, considering how the constellations are integrated into the original series, I like the stargazing motif. I think we should keep that. I don't know, Madoka, maybe you should consider that he has changed in ways that you aren't aware of. I think having the expectation that a friend can and will never change isn't exactly the healthiest thing in the world, you know? God, now that I'm rereading this, it is just borderline frustrating. Remember, kids, if you ever need something to stimulate your plot, just take it from 2013 me. Miscommunication is key. They are suspecting his behavior. No, really? As if somebody wouldn't be? Oh, thank God, finally, the place where it almost sort of gets good. Aw, look at little 2013 me, playing into compulsive heteronormativity. Finally, the weird dream! The one thing that actually indicated that this is going somewhere. I'm just saying, my dude, it probably wouldn't have hurt to tell somebody about this. And... coma time! Okay, considering that we are now through only the first third of the first book, we're gonna speed it along here. Long story short, chapter 14. Pain and confusion! Kira gets a backstory? Pardon me? Madman is mad and dying man is dying. Dynamis, my beloved. You're only around for a few chapters at this point, but you were the best part of this series solely because you were the only one who had any sort of grip on things. Wow, I just wrote a bunch of chapters of just angsty shit, didn't I? I mean, yeah, with a sprinkling of plot and revelations, but that's about it. Aw, hell yeah. Field trip. He's a legendary blader. I don't think you have anything to worry about. Dynamis and Maru being the only productive people in this household. You know what? Yeah. I'm pretty sure these are pneumonia symptoms. Overall, man is dying, and everybody's sad about it. Finally, Maru and Dynamis getting the attention they deserve, and Maru being the only reasonable fuck in this house. Which, considering she's like sick, she really shouldn't have to be, but somebody's gotta get something done. It's in Arabic, he said as he saw the bewilderment on the girl's face. I'm no good at reading or speaking the language, but I am able to get bits and pieces of it. Bitch, you live in Egypt. They speak Arabic in Egypt. 2015 me was a dumbass bitch. Oh my fucking God, he fucking dead. Oh my fucking God, he fucking dead. One of the few scenes in this story that still really gets to me. Good job, 2015 me. Word of the chapter? Traumatized. Okay, but seriously, why do you not have somebody in there with him at all times? If he's in critical condition, that seems like something you should be doing. And now it turns out that the only way we were ever able to find where he is because of a Deus Ex Machina. Love that for me. Boy doesn't die because of yet another plot device, which is actually the same plot device. Evil monologues galore. And so commences the only way that anybody solves anything in this sort of universe. If this is the way the real world operated, we would have achieved world peace a long time ago. Monologues and other things. You know, going back to it, I'm starting to wonder if maybe this was the best way to solve the problem. I lived, bitch. It's over. Everything's okay now. The evil has been defeated. Our friend is okay. And everything can go back to normal. Psych! Surprise, bitch. It's not over, and I just fucked over your world. Sequel time. On to the second installment of the series, Truce Disgrace. And don't get on me about the names, I already know. And another thing I already know is that this one is definitely the one that fell a little bit flat. I think I tried to make this one a little bit on a bigger scale than I initially planned, perhaps? I don't really know, but something did go wrong somewhere down the line and then it just fell entirely to the wayside. I think this one was actually the most confusing, to be honest. Probably not helped by the fact that I didn't necessarily bother to explain quite a few things, which I definitely should have, but I mean, it was 2015. What are we gonna do? Alright, let's go. Oh my, Hiyama is finally a relevant character! Granted, we won't see him again for like the next 27 chapters, but that's not important. That moment of, oh shit, we fucked up. And not only that, but we fucked up in a way we didn't even know was possible to fuck up in. Love that for us. Fuck, everybody's sad and traumatized. Why did I make it take 3 chapters for these guys to get their shit together? It should not have taken that long. And so begins Sachiro's relevancy to the plot. A plot that you didn't even know existed until now. And also so begins the longest 1-week road trip of your life. And the longest 1-week road trip of my life. And then there's this asshole. Why did I decide to make them walk? Could Tsubasa not have provided a car or something? This seems very impractical. But other than that, the plot twist of your dreams. Still very proud of that one. Fucked everybody up with that one. Triumphant. Suspicious man is suspicious. 80% of this is just meaningless dialogue as they walk to and from different places. What was I thinking? Creepy bitch being creepy. Unnecessarily so, if I might add. Oh, never mind, here's Yoma again. Not that you'll know what they're talking about for like the next 20 chapters, but that's not important. Not that you'll— Aside from the trauma, this one's pretty boring. And there there's Hyoma again! Wonderful! Again, not that you'll know what they're talking about for the next 20 chapters, but that's not important. No, I think a part of me back then was really trying to establish Takanosuke's whole family situation, but without actually establishing it, and I felt like I should have tried harder on that. Seriously, what were we doing here? Just commit to it. My man and his dramatic ass dialogue. Hell yeah. But I mean, hey, when all you got for company is a bunch of brainwashed animals and a comatose brother, who else are you gonna talk to, really? Oh, Hikaru, you deserved so much better from me. Why was I so awkward about putting these characters into real-world situations? I really shouldn't have been. Sometimes you're on a road trip and you need to find a hotel. There's nothing awkward about that. Very subtle hints to Kira's backstory. Kyoya, my love! Basically nothing else happens, but Ren is trauma, so there's that. Though I am proud of myself for hinting at her sister this early on. Good job, me. Sachiro, you are one suspicious shit and you ain't even trying to hide it. More of this creepy shit being creepy. You really need to find a better hobby, man. This is getting old. And we actually open on Alcorn for once. Feeling dangerous today, are we? Oh my god, Tithy, no, I forgot about you. Oh my god, I forgot the DNA bladers existed. Why wasn't I utilizing them in the third book? They're literally just sitting around doing fucking nothing. Literally, the first line of this chapter is, day in and day out for the last 4 days were all spent with nothing to do. Now isn't that the mood of this story? Soft Sakyo is truly what I live for. And now we have a comatose man getting even more traumatized in his own head because what else are we gonna do? I'll admit the paragraph breaks in this one are a bit better than what they used to be. Kira backstory, Kira backstory, Kira backstory! I feel like there should have been a little bit more build up to that though. We love us some funeral pyres. You know what? I have a question. Why did I make Tokyo's World Beyblade Association the Japanese government? Because correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't watched the show in a long time, but I'm pretty sure the World Beyblade Association is not anybody's government. I don't know if that's something you would let the government handle. It's nighttime and everybody's having thoughts. I guess that's it. Oh, I was really just doing whatever the fuck with this story, wasn't I? Like, yeah, there's a coherent long-running plot, but it just takes a while to really get there, you know? Which might be a little concerning considering this is chapter 18. You know, Takanosuke, you should really get that nosebleed looked at. I haven't said anything about it thus far, but I might as well say it now. The POV switches mid-scene are astounding. Oh, Kyoya, you do love to meddle. You've heard of sensory deprivation torture. Now get ready for sensory overstimulation torture. You know, now that I'm really coming back to this story, it seems like there's just a lot of Deus Ex Machinas all over the place. Chapter 21, Fail to Understand. What I fail to understand is why the fuck I dragged this out so long. Ah yes, and so it turns out that Kyoya is the only one with any sense of sense around here. Meanwhile, the only reason that Takanosuke and Sakyo get anywhere is because of a plot device. You know, it really seems like all you guys do on this road trip is just try to figure out where to go next and insult this man. What are you hoping to accomplish exactly? Ah yes, and the good old emotional revelations in a motel parking lot. Actually, I really don't know where this is taking place. I don't know if I specified. But now that I'm rereading it, it's the only place I can imagine it happening. And you know what we call that? Growth. Ah yes, the one chapter that I am still incredibly proud of, and it's probably the most interesting one so far. In short, Kyoya nearly gets thrown out a window. A skyscraper window, I might add. Pro tip, if you ever need to spice up your story a little bit because it seems a bit boring, attempted murder is always the way to go. Of fictional characters. I feel like I should clarify attempted murder of fictional characters. Plot devices everywhere. And once again, Tsubasa and Kyoya's storylines being the only interesting parts here. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about the three brothers thing. I know I was gonna bring that back in the third book, but then I just never continued writing the third book. Oh well, we'll get there eventually. All we do is talk and contemplate around here, haven't you heard? I really never went anywhere with that deleted file thing, did I? I just kind of added that in, and then never brought it back. What was he deleting? Our final cute moment before everything goes to shit. To Tsubasa Otori from Kyoya Otori. How did you fuck up that bad? It is chapter 26 and the gang is just now figuring out where they have to go. Anyway, ending plot twist. Oh yeah, this is the one I split up into 2 parts because the file was too big. Plot device! Supernatural reference. More plot device! Oh well, would you look at that? A convenient thing we just found that just so happens to be relevant to what we're looking for. We just found it. Because reasons. Hey demons, it's me, ya boy. And now the part that was so wacky it barely made any sense even to me. Okay guys, wake up faster. Wake up faster. It doesn't take this long. Well, it's official, you guys. You see dead people. And now the chapter that finally explains all the things. Granted, it's 90% just exposition, but that's beside the point. For real though, it is actually a reveal that I am very proud of. You shouldn't blame yourself, he said. You couldn't have known any of this would have happened. You know, that's true, but it's been about 5 years since I've written this, and I've had time to think about it. And you know, I think maybe we should blame you. Just a little bit. Just a wee little bit. Because you know, this is kind of your fault. You know, I really should have explained this abyss place more. I just sort of ended up here and I never decided to elaborate on it. No, it's not a coincidence, but it is plot convenience. We would be fine. It would all be fine. I was soon to change my mind, however. Hello, my man. How are you here? I get astral projection is a thing that Alcoran can do. I'm pretty sure that's not a thing that you can do. I really should have thought through these powers more thoroughly. Ah yes, good old claustrophobia. How to calm a man down from a panic attack. A Beginner's Guide by Kira Hayama. Not that the panic attack was built up very much though. The most awkward sibling reunion you've ever come across. Oh my fucking god, he fucking dead. You know, logically, now that I'm looking at this, he probably would have died the first time his head got slammed down. At least by the second. Nobody is conscious after that. This man is shedding like a whole pomegranate. You know, we almost hit comedy gold in this series a few times. The final battle is only won via a flashback. And even then, we have to tap out in the middle because we decided to fall through yet another floor. What kind of LSD astral plane bullshit is this? You guys couldn't be bothered to talk like normal human beings for just 1 paragraph? And a friendly reminder that our friend is dead. Wonderful. And now we're home, but before the finale, I must establish that we have PTSD! Incorrect medical practices are incorrect. What better way to end off a story than a nice little heart-to-heart between old friends? Old friends who have never actually met until like a month ago, but that's beside the point. And it's all okay now! They're going for hot chocolate! They get to be friends! They get to relax! Oh wait, no they don't. Surprise, bitch! 3rd installment! And at last, what I have for the 3rd installment, Zero's Disrepute. Honestly, I really don't even know why I named it that. Disrepute literally means the state of being held in low self-esteem by the public. And I really don't know how this applies to this. I think I figured that I could just somehow make it work, but going off what I still have planned for the end of the series, it really doesn't. I think I just chose that word because it also sounded cool and started with a D. Not great planning skills on my part. So let's go. The man is traumatized, but what else is new? One wild summer, am I right? I think somewhere along the line I decided that there was a bit too much fantasticality in this story. Is that a word? And I decided that it was high time for these kids to go back to whatever homes they happen to come from. Because god damn it, where are your parents? And then there's this asshole. Again! And you thought I dropped that plot line, didn't you? Konosuke is depressed and rightfully so. Suspicious man being suspicious, yet again. And another one of everybody being traumatized and confused. Ayo, we just kidnapped you, welcome to your new home. Also, here, have a clone. Definitely not sure about the way that I wrote this kid's dialogue. Kiro and Sachiro are the only ones that have any idea what's going on. But can we talk to either of them? Not really. Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss, bitch. Another field trip, woohoo! But this time we're actually using a semi-reliable mode of transportation, rather than just, you know, walking. Tsubasa really just told the head of the government to go fuck himself. I'm proud of him. How to bury the body of your murdered relative. A story in 4 parts. Ah yes, the overuse of ellipses. Love it. You know, I really don't know what exactly I was trying to do when it came to the relationship of Minoru and his uncle. Like, yes, abusive. Stockholm Syndrome? Possibly. But it feels like I didn't quite commit to that. Definitely not like I would now. Finally, we have some heart-to-hearts. And I said it before and I'll say it again. I really wish I had gone a little bit farther with the vague implications of Jinga's possible suicidal ideation. Because it's there. I can see that it's there. I just never elaborated. Ah yes, the good old claustrophobia strikes again. I would just like to say, I fucked up this timeline so much. Like, we have the storyline with these guys, yeah, and they're at the house. And then we have the storyline with Zero, which is actually happening about a day or so later. And then I think we have another one that's happening sort of in between those? I mean, yeah, from what I've read, it was still pretty good storytelling and I was able to follow it pretty well. Maybe I should have put like timestamps or some shit. Additionally, what is going on with Minoru's height? First, he's looking down at Zero, who is only slightly shorter than Madoka. But now he is looking up at Madoka, who is only slightly taller than Zero. At this point, I basically solidified that he is 5 feet tall, which is fucking hilarious if you ask me. But I clearly had no idea what I was doing when I wrote this. It definitely has its faults, but I still really do like this beginning scene with Zero and Aiko. The tensions are high and the emotions are high, and you can just see as he slowly starts to break down as he realizes that, yeah, he's never getting out of here. Is it the best scene in this story? Maybe, who knows? But overall, wonderful. Again, I should have gone a little bit harder on the relationship with Minoru and his uncle. There's literally the imprints of hands and nails on the inside of his closet door from when he was locked in there. Think 2017 me. Think! But at least we can laugh at how terrible we are at handling trauma. The little things. What up, Tsubasa? It's me, ya boy. Ah yes, the second chapter that I split into 2 parts. I think that was primarily because of my internet connection back in the day. That or it was just too long, I really don't know. But either way, this is the exposition chapter. And that moment where you honestly, I'm surprised these fuckers didn't go right through that window. And another thing that I actually brought into this story, which I probably should have elaborated on earlier, you know, several books ago to actually hint toward it, is this whole conversation between Alcoran and Minoru. And there's some nuance. And there's some nuance, there's some resentment, there's some you know, builds character. Kind of wish I had thought of that way before now. But I do love me some more foreshadowing. And oh, you better run. So Naomi, how do you think we should handle this situation with Tsubasa to assure that he can never come after us and can never go against us in the slightest? Use an elaborate and sophisticated system of cover-ups and blackmail that we have been using for years and of which we can very well afford and has always been effective? Nah, let's just blow it up. Naomi, bless your heart, you're the only one with common sense in this place. Oh my fucking god, these bitches dead. Jesus Christ, that's Jinga Hagane! Yeah, and these bitches dead. And now for the last chapter I ever uploaded. Chapter 14. Everybody's traumatized. And everybody's mad at everybody. We do love us some self-blame. It's about the found family! Yeah, Madoka, remember when you told her that staying at the WEBA was the safest option? Yeah, that turned out not to be the case. I almost can't believe I posted that last chapter 3 years ago. But it does say August 2018, so that checks out. And like, I still have half of the first draft of chapter 15 in my Grammarly. I just haven't touched it in years. And you know, I really do want to finish it. I really do. I think everybody who read this story up until now deserves it. And I also still have a pretty good idea of how it's going to end. But you know, 3 to 8 years kind of changes your writing style a little bit. And there's just so many things throughout it that never quite added up. And some things that I wish I could have elaborated on better. Because old me was a coward and a fool. Except for blowing up the building. That was pretty ballsy. And I kind of feel like my writing has just sort of changed so much that it would just stand out so starkly against it and make it, like, awkward, kind of weird in a sense. Not to mention that I have a way better idea of where I would have taken this story in the first place, and I just don't know if it would quite work out. Unless I rewrote it. Shit. Well, I guess this is happening now. I'm doing it. I'm rewriting a fanfiction trilogy that I started 8 years ago just because I want to finally finish it. The easier thing to do would just be to pick up where I left off. But why would I do that? Like, can you believe that I'm doing this? Because I can, unfortunately. I'm not even surprised with myself, but I am slightly disappointed. Seriously, what did I expect from myself? Why wouldn't I think that I might have the urge to rewrite this? And of course I would. It was only a matter of time. Do you ever have those days where you think this might as well happen? Because I do. Adult life is already so goddamn weird. And that's all I've got for you. That was my entire video of me rereading my high school Beyblade fanfiction and subsequently deciding to rewrite it. Even though it would be infinitely easier to just continue where I left off. But why would I do that? Did you have fun? Because I did, actually. Even though filming this thing has been a 3-day long endeavor, which I'm sure you could probably tell by the multiple changes in lighting and camera position. It's been a time, my dudes. But regardless, I hope you all enjoyed my plight. And if you have any suggestions for videos, be sure to leave them down in the comments. Or you can tweet me at Alicia_Irvine, or send me an ask on Tumblr at Allie Has Thoughts. Which, yes, Allie Has Thoughts. Is it fully functional? Fuck if I know, I'm still trying to figure out how having a second blog works. I'm a little concerned about the padlock on that one and how to get rid of that. Though that's suggesting you can get rid of that, which I hope you can. But hey, it exists! That's a pretty good start. And if you just so happen to be curious and masochistic enough to want to read this story for yourself, you can go to Sonic of Darkness on Tumblr. Which it's hard to say if I'll post the rewrite there because I haven't been on there in years and all of my friends have seemingly gone off in 2019. But I'll almost definitely post it on AO3 if you're so interested. But with that, that's all for now, you guys. Thank you for listening, thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.